So hello everybody, once more. Again, it's E3 2007, and today the Nintendo conference has just finished about 10 minutes ago. It's 6:30 right now in the UK, PM that is. I haven't been to bed for about 2 days, so I'm kind of tired, a bit whatever. But okay, so the Nintendo conference went really smoothly. It was crazy as usual, like every year. Reggie came on and did this whole religious experience thing with the Nintendo fanboys, and everyone was like and that kind of thing. And their show was very dissimilar to the Microsoft show, where Microsoft was demoing a lot of huge blockbuster games, Assassin's Creed and that kind of thing. Nintendo was trying to show about the whole broadening of audiences thing that they're doing, and it just showing how it really is working for us. There are examples of the broadening markets, couples, men and women, playing together, and whole families playing. And really, a lot of the games that they showed there for the first time were all games like that. Also, the way that they're trying to bridge the gap between hardcore gamers and casual gamers, or however you want to say it, newbies and veterans. They're bringing out a lot of peripherals. Okay, so the first one that comes to mind is the Wii Zapper. Yes, the Wii Zapper. And this is a way in which you put the nunchuck and the Wiimote, and it's kind of like a gun, and it looks really awesome. And they're gonna ship that with I think it's either like Metroid. I think they're shipping it with like a lot of games that shooters. So I think Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles, I think they're gonna ship it with that, and Metroid Corruption, they're gonna ship it with that. And they actually demoed Metroid Prime Corruption, and that game looks awesome. It's got this really good lock-on feature where you shoot, you lock on pressing the Z button onto the character, but you can actually aim anywhere on screen, so it doesn't make you shoot where you've locked on. You can lock on everywhere. It's just so that it makes it easier to move, so like using the strafing mechanic. So that's looking really good, and that's really awesome. They also talked a bit about dates and game dates. So people have been wondering, when is Smash Brothers Brawl coming out, and they put a release date on that, and that is the December the 3rd. So that's going to be awesome. Look forward to that online. That's going to be cool. That game supposedly has 4 ways to use the controller, so that's awesome. They also showed Mario Galaxies, which is really the game that I'm looking forward to most. This game, they had Mario 64, and that was amazing. And then they had Sunshine, and that was just kind of like, Sunshine was a little bit like Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, this year, in that it was really just leeching off of the success of Mario 64. It kind of used the same style, if you know what I mean. And that's a little bit like Zelda Twilight Princess and the N64 Zelda game, and it followed the same style, and it just leached off the huge success of those games. So this game looks like it's taken it in a new direction. It's got different gravities, so that's going to make the platforming a whole lot more cool. Just how vibrant the game is. I've been playing a lot of shooters recently, and I am a huge platformer fan, and so I'm looking forward to Banjo-Kazooie by Microsoft Rare on the 360, but we're not going to talk about that. Galaxies looks phenomenal, definitely looking forward to that. I just hope it controls really well. It looks like it does, and I'm really looking forward to getting that game so much. Yeah, probably one of my top 5 of the year kind of thing when that comes out, and that's coming out November the 12th, so look for that. So November's going to be a huge month so far. We've got Assassin's Creed, Mass Effect, and Mario Galaxies. I mean, there's not much more you could want from there, is there? Apart from Ratchet and Clank and some more Sony stuff, which we're going to talk about later when I do the Sony video. So those are the big games. They also showed more of Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass for the DS. They demoed that and that looked awesome. Might have to buy another DS again for that game because that looks super cool. They also showed off new titles, and probably the most interesting one that they showed was called Wii Fit, and it's kind of they're running with the success of Wii Sports, and they're making like a fitness training game, and it looks really good. It comes with a peripheral again because it's Nintendo and that's what they do, called the Wii Balance Board, and that's going to ship with the software, and that's it's kind of like you see fitness videos with like 40-year-old weird women going okay and left and right, those kind of things, right? Where they're standing on those boards that kind of, and they step on them, step off, step on. It's one of those, and that's really a controller, and it's wireless, and it's about that thick, kind of like a couple of inches thick, and about as long as a keyboard, and what it allows you to do to perform is a lot of exercise games where you have to balance, and it measures whether you're doing things correctly on how you're balancing on the board, and it's got a lot of traditional exercises like step on, step off, but it's also got a lot of kind of cool mini games that other people are going to find interesting, like one where it's like a football, as in soccer, English football, and you've got to head, like footballs come flying at you, and you've got to head them by going like that on the screen, and they'll come from different sides. But you've also got to look out for they'll throw like shoes at you and stuff, and just the demo of that. It was actually Reggie, the Nintendo god, kind of, I suppose, if you're a fanboy, and Shigeru Miyamoto, a huge game designer for Nintendo, created Zelda, Mario, whatnot, came on and demoed that. They played head to head, and that looks amazing. I think I'm gonna have to get that just so that I can get my mum into games, because my mum will really appreciate that. I think that game looks awesome. Also, they showed off kind of like a game for the DS, which is like, I've been waiting for this. They've made a lot of Sudoku games and brain training games, but they've never had kind of like a game that incorporates a lot of different games like that. So when I was younger, I'm really close to my grandma, and she's really into kind of word puzzles, crossword and spellings, and how many words can you make with the letters A, F, and like that kind of thing. And they're bringing out a game like that for the DS, so I might have to get my grandma a DS, and that would be awesome if she'd play that game. So they're doing a lot of market expansion, and that's looking really cool. By the way, the Wii Zapper, the gun thing, I forgot to tell you this, the selling price for that is $19.99. That's dollars. So that's about £12, which is really good value. Oh yes, did I forget to mention Mario Kart for the Wii? At last, we've been waiting for it. We knew it was going to happen, and it's coming out early next year. Everyone's been wondering, well, what they're going to do next year. How Nintendo are going to keep this up for the hardcore fans, and this is their answer. Another Mario game, Mario Kart game, but this time it's fully online. People have been saying, oh, where's Nintendo's online, and Nintendo have come out and said, well, we've got online games. We're starting this year, we've got all the EA games, Madden, they're going to be fully online, FIFA, Smash Brothers Brawl, that's going to be online, the Pokemon games are all online, all these kind of games, but Nintendo are really good, and that's all I've got for now. So I'll be back later on after the Sony conference. Thanks for watching. Happy E3.